if you follow Sylvester Stallone's Instagram page, you might already know about this. I follow him, but I hadn't been really paying attention. I haven't been seeing his posts lately. Apparently, he is making or putting together a Rocky IV director's cut for the 35th anniversary, which is this year. 2020 is the 35th anniversary. Dolph Lundgren, Talia Shire, super 80s up classic Rocky IV. It was actually the highest grossing of all the films. It might not be everybody's favorite, but it definitely made the most money. And it's for sure one of my favorites. Clearly, there's a lot of nostalgia for it, or they wouldn't have made Creed 2 based on the same characters from Rocky 4. Definitely an awesome story, and I think that it's cool to revitalize it, especially right now. Like, Russia is somehow again in the zeitgeist, in the lexicon right now. And I think it's cool. I think it's really cool. I never thought I would see, a bunch of unreleased stuff this many years later of one of my favorite films. Like, I'm crazy about the Rocky franchise. I actually learned about this when I was researching my last video that I did, or podcast that I did, where I was talking about Creed 3 and how Creed 3 is on the docket. Creed 3 is set to go into production pretty soon. I made if you want to go listen to that, go check it out. But it was the last video and podcast that I put out. But yeah, while researching that, I was reading an article, and somewhere in that article, it was like, Sylvester Stallone is releasing a Rocky IV director's cut. Like, this is crazy. I would love to see a director's cut of all these films. But someone asked him in an interview, this is how it originally came out. Someone asked him in an interview if he had ever thought about doing a Rocky Balboa director's cut, which is the sixth film, right? And that Rocky film that came out. Like, well, that's not really on the books to do that, but I am looking into doing a Rocky IV director's cut. And on his Instagram, he has been sharing a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, like some of the editing work that he's doing, some of the scenes, or at least screenshots from the scenes that nobody has ever seen before, that were originally supposed to be part of Rocky IV. I myself am incredibly excited for this. I can't wait to see this happen. And since he said he's doing it for the 35th anniversary, that means it's got to come out by the end of the year. And it's already September. So we got October, November, December. It's going to be out in the next 3 months. I don't know how it's going to be released. I don't know if he's going to release it on a streaming service. I don't know if it's, I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how much it's going to cost, but I'm definitely at some point going to make this part of my collection. I have to watch the Rocky IV that was meant to be, because the one we got was so amazing. I can't imagine adding more to it. Like, it was one of the shorter films of all of the films. 3 and 4 were the shortest films that they made. And it would just be great to see. I mean, I don't know how much more footage. He may have announced that somewhere that I missed. But, I mean, what is it? 20 extra minutes of footage? 30 extra minutes of footage? Like, can you imagine a 2.5 hour version of Rocky IV? Like, that's a dream to me. Anyway, I'd like to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. And if you like videos and or just subscribe, follow the podcast, favorite the podcast, whatever it is you do to get me in your podcast feed. But I'm on all podcast platforms. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then just subscribe to the channel, because this is what I do. If you're interested in this, each day I pick a random topic that I'm interested in. And it's usually entertainment news. It's usually pop culture stuff. But sometimes I throw in some other stuff, some politics, some personal life stories, stuff like that. If you're interested in that, subscribe for more, because that's what I do. And if you decide to stick around, if you decide that you are interested in hearing my daily rants, then I will talk at you again tomorrow with a brand new topic.